All right, so today, welcome back to Life with Alphy 1. Y'all know me, Alphonse. I'm here joined with
Christine.
Yeah, and this is kind of like my impromptu podcasting. I did it by myself last time, but this time I'm joined with Christine, and I have a few questions for her, and a few questions which I'll bounce back and answer myself. So for the first question, we're focused on self-development questions today, and I think the first question I want to follow with is, what are your best qualities? Like, what makes you Christine?
I think this is actually a very busting question, just because, you mean like in general?
Mm-hmm. In general, or just, you can go however deep you want to go.
What makes me Christine? I think my humor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm a very funny gal.
Oh, Lord. Go.
I would say that I would like to think that I deeply care for other people.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that I think I was saying earlier, I would say that a lot of times, I feel like I'm just I get what is the word for it? When, not that I feel too much, but just that my capacity for feeling, I feel is very great. And so then I'm not always able to express that to other people, but I care deeply for other people. And then, you just want 3?
3's fine.
Okay, so my humor, my capacity of care for other people, and maybe my understanding or my willingness to understand / patience.
I think those are very good qualities to have. And then, okay, following up with that question, what are some negative qualities that you have that you want to get rid of? Just you have good qualities that make up Christine, but what also are the negative qualities that also make up Christine, in a sense,
My negative qualities?
It could be it doesn't have to be anything deep, immorally wrong or anything. It could be I'm lazy, something like that.
I need to work on discipline.
Discipline?
Yes.
Lack of discipline?
Yeah, because motivation is fake. Maybe not fake, but it's it changes every single day. You're not always going to be motivated to do the same task, but that's when discipline comes into play, because you know that it's always gonna, if it's something like going to the gym, you know that you're never gonna be regretful of going to the gym, unless it's you had a hard workout the other day and now your body's sore, but you're never gonna be regretful of doing a lot of things that are good for you, at least. For me, it's going to the gym, it's reading my Bible, it is there are certain things that I want to incorporate into my routine, but I'm a lot better. I'm way better than I was before, which is, we love growth. We thank God for growth, but there's always room for improvement. Another thing, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come up with 3, but another thing might just be I realized that I chat a lot, and sometimes I need to just, take the words back and just eat it for a second,
I disagree. I feel the lack of chatter. I feel what is it called? I feel people that talk a lot always want to talk less, but the people that talk less always want to talk a lot more. I feel that's a big issue with at least extroverts and introverts. They want to be opposite tendencies. So I don't think that's a negative quality in my opinion, unless it's over extreme chatter. Kind of like trauma dumping on the first thing. That's what I would say a negative tendency. But if it's talking too much, I don't see that as a negative quality, in my opinion.
It's not a bad thing. I just think that sometimes my issue is that I realized it last month, maybe end of like November, I was like, dang, like, girl, you talk a lot. And I've always known that I talked a lot. And I feel like I talk pretty fast because like my brain moves so fast, but sometimes my mouth is not able to catch up. That's why I feel like I stutter so much.
Do you think before you speak, or do you speak and then face the consequences after?
I would like to think I would like to think that I think before I speak, but again, my brain moves so fast that it's like I'm processing everything so quickly, and my mouth is just like, wait, like we're actually like a couple of words behind, you know? Yeah, I stutter a lot. But it's not a bad thing that I talk so much, but I also think that sometimes it doesn't allow for me to fully digest the situation before that I'm speaking. And I've realized that sometimes, you know, just be quiet. Like eat the word first, or like eat whatever you have to, eat whatever you're thinking, and then speak. And then like also I think I like being able to give other people the opportunity to speak, because even like I realize that sometimes like even when we speak, like I'll just like, even earlier I was asking you questions and I was literally interrupting you before you were able to answer, and I was like, I'm eating the words back up. Sorry, go ahead, you know?
Okay, maybe I can see it like that could be like a negative thing, but I just have personally where it's kind of like, you know, how you said like sometimes you need to be quiet and stuff like that. I think like I took it like in a literal sense, because I feel like last year I felt more quiet personally because I wanted to be more of a quiet person. But I think this year I want to just be myself, and if I'm like be myself fully, and then like those negative qualities that are just, you know, extreme about myself, then I'll work on it. I don't think I want to like switch up my whole personality to find out like a balance of like who I am or who I want to be. I just want to be myself, and then, you know, if it's you know, spamming on the close friends, the extreme chatter, and I'm like just being annoying, I could come back and, you know, just calm down, shit like that. Just be myself and be comfortable in my own personality, or like who I am as a person, you know?
I think that's really good, because I feel like I never felt like, oh, I need to like reinvent myself, redefine myself. It was always just like, sometimes let other people fully expand their thoughts, because I really, really appreciate when other people let me expand my thoughts.
Okay. This nigga's fucking calling me. Okay, okay, that was some good questions. Okay, I think on to the next question. I'm gonna go with.
Do you have anything that's gonna like shock me?
I do have a question where I feel like that would shock you, but I think that I think this one might shock you. I think, what is my purpose? That is like a generalized question.
My purpose?
Yeah.
That's like purpose?
Yeah, what do you think is Christine's purpose here on planet Earth?
I love this. You know that one TikTok on this? Oh, I love this question. That's me. Like, I feel like if you would have asked me honestly like a month ago, I would have been like,
wouldn't be able to answer it yet.
You know? But now I think how do I put this? I think that my purposes in this lifetime are, you know, number one, to look cute, to you know, to be pretty, and to be cute. Number two, I would say, is to like minister in whatever it is that I'm doing. Simply because one of the goals this year was to take content creating seriously, you know?
And I think that was good that we talk about like the lack of discipline, because content creation is like one of those things where like, oh, I want to do it, and then when you get
effort?
No effort when you get but back to what you were saying.
Yes, like I have so many different interests and passions, and like my goal this year was to be a lot more, not even just this year, but like for the rest of my life, was to learn how to be bold in my beliefs. As in, like, not even just like, oh, you know, like faith, but just like in my interests. So owning the fact that, like, yes, these are my interests. Yes, these are things that I'm passionate about. But like when I talk about like ministering, I was like, well, how can I minister if I'm not in ministry? You know? Mm-hmm. But there's so many different capacities to minister to others and like to be a better person. Like one of my goals this year was to be a better friend, and it's like through that is part of my ministry, like learning how to be a better person, because that's like part of, you know, like my belief system, like that's part of my faith, like love others the way like Christ has loved us. Like there's a verse that says that. It's 1 John. It's in 1 John. I think it's, you know, I don't want to come on here and embarrass myself with the Bible verses, but it is in 1 John, and I want to say, can I look it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was, it's so good. Sorry, let me, speedy fingers. 1 John. I want to say it's 1 John 3:19. Nope. I lied. It's 1 John 4:19. You know, I was thinking that. I just didn't want to embarrass myself.
You should have been more confident.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I should be more bold.
Yeah, I think, what is it called? I heard this quote where it goes, and I actually was just talking about it yesterday. This quote where it goes like, a lot of smart people are really hesitant of like making a decision because they're overthinking. And then a lot of stupid people are, now I don't want to say stupid people, but a lot of people that are kind of unintelligent, then I don't want to call them stupid because that's harsh, but like unintelligent, like makes more sense. But like I feel like unintelligent people, like they make decisions because they don't overthink.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of unintelligent people do better in life than intelligent people because they're not spending time just worrying about this might go wrong, oh, I'm not ready for this or anything like that. They just get to do it. And I think we live in a world where actions matter more than like just thoughts, if that makes sense. Like actions, like if you just do something, you get better at it. But like a lot of smart people are like, I can cut corners by doing a lot of thinking, and that's not true.
Well, because nobody can read your thoughts.
That's
you know. So it's like that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a really good one. Yes, the Bible verse was, we love because he first loved us. 1 John 4:19. I really like that because I think it's so important to be able to, you know, give people their flowers while they're alive, and to be able to like, in any capacity, like take care of others. And I think that a year ago was most definitely not in a position to be taking care of others. But now I think that as I've poured into myself, as I have sought, you know, the will of the Lord, the living water, I feel like things look so much, I'm like way more optimistic about like increasing my capacity to love others. I'm very excited to be able to do that and to like minister through that, like whether it be just like friends, family, ministry itself, growing in that. I think that's something I'm especially excited about. Sorry, what was the question?
What was your purpose in life?
Oh, yes.
Like to minister.
Yes, to minister. Because honestly, I feel like when I first got saved, I was like, there's a verse in Ecclesiastes that's like, the gist of it is like nothing even matters. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna be a missionary, I'm gonna be a monk, like, you know, everybody be quiet. But it was like, wait, that's actually kind of blessing. Like you actually still have to like have a career, and like the economy is looking the way it's looking.
Can't be a monk without struggle. Yeah, I think that's a really good purpose in life. I think personally for me,
what's yours?
My answer I think my purpose in life is to gain wisdom.
That's good.
Yeah, I think
What kind of wisdom?
I feel like it doesn't have to be like a wisdom through like experience or anything like that, but like kind of like just wisdom through like a lot of stuff, like different experiences, different like different cultures, different languages, just
like,
different
media, forms.
just different like everything. I think that's what I want to, that's my meaning of life, just learning about like everything. Yeah, just like how like, yeah, I think that's my purpose. It's just learning. Not like, it doesn't have to be like textbook learning, like school learning.
You're gonna be a student of life.
Yeah, a student of life. That's what I want to be. Not a student of the
university is scamming us.
Yeah, but yeah, just a student of life. I think that's my thing. Just learn and become a student of life.
The best version of you.
The best version of myself. I think that's my purpose in life.
That's so good.
Yeah, I think that's also because I'm the oldest.
Yeah, that's also a blessing too.
Yeah, because I can show like my little siblings, my cousins, just people that are younger than me, just like certain wisdom. And it's crazy because like I'm just 21. But like, when you start seeing those like when we play basketball and there's like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, or the people in the gym where I see like they're younger than me, I always just pass on like what I learned and stuff like that. And I'm not that much older, so I think I want to be, once I'm older, like let's say like 30s, 40s, God willing, like I make it that far, I'll be able to pass on whatever wisdom I'm able to, whether it be through my career, cultures. I definitely want to learn different languages. I want to live in different countries, stuff like that. So I'm excited to where life brings me and just pursue my stuff.
I was gonna say something and then I completely forgot, but I feel like it will come back. You had mentioned like passing the knowledge on to like people who are like a little bit younger than you, and then also like your siblings and being the oldest. Do you think that like you have to like separate yourself from your family in order to like grow in some capacity?
I think yes. I think I have to have some sort of individuality. Even though I live in my parents' house and stuff like that, I do have my own like individual life, and I think I'm grateful. Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, I'm grateful for y'all giving me like my individual time and not being, not being like, how do I say it?
Allowing you to grow.
Allowing me to grow in my own way, but also, I'm gonna be home, be around, to see you guys and stuff like that. I'm really grateful for that opportunity because, a lot of like not African, but a lot of ethnic households, a lot of the children end up running away at 18 because, they're raised up in like, kind of like
shackle.
Yeah, just like, it's not like a respectful household and stuff like that. It's common to have like issues in the household, but it's also like, I respect my parents and my parents respect me, especially now that I'm older.
Period.
So I just feel comfortable being at home. But I also have my own individual life, where I'm not like, they're not on my neck about like being out late or anything like that.
I think it's also like, your parents are like wonderful, but I think it's because you're a boy too.
I think it's also because I'm a boy, but I'm also like really, I try to be responsible with everything.
Yeah. Like there's like all of those things, but I think it's also just like, I wonder how like different your life would be like if you weren't the oldest and you weren't a boy.
I think it would be very much different, but I think
the responsibility and things, like the baseline things are still there.
Yeah, I think the baseline.
They're instilled.
Yeah, I think it's good that I was like a first child as a boy because it makes it easier for everyone under me.
Yes, you walk. What is it? You walk so they could run.
Yeah, I walk so I could run. Like, oh my God, we could talk about this forever. But for my little brother V, he has dreads at an age where I was bald.
You remember that?
Bald.
I can't get.
Yeah.
Not like his hair.
But I really did walk so my little siblings could run. Even my sister a little bit, but she's a girl, so like I don't like participate in that, like some shit like that. But it's really.
That's so real.
Yeah. I think that's what was the question? No, you asked like individuality, like
or like how is
yeah.
that? Did you have to separate yourself from like your family, or like in order to like
Yes,
that?
I think so. Okay, back to the question. Yes, in a way, but at the same time, I'm glad I'm able to be in my like family space, because I think I'm like kind of like the black sheep of the family. I really don't talk to my family cousins that much. Even friends, but I need to work on that collectively, because I feel like it seems like I hate my family. Not hate, but like it seems like I dislike them or anything like that. It can make people like take the assumption, but I'm really just a low maintenance person. Like all you have to do is just check on me here and there and stuff like that, and I'll be fine, and I'll just know that we're like this. Even people that I have not talked to for like 4 years and stuff like that, I know like if we come back and we talk to, I personally from my side would think we're like this, but it's just how would the other person think, like that's really all.
That is very interesting. Yeah. Because I think that I have had to not necessarily completely separate myself, but coming to college was probably one of the best things to happen, even though the start was not good. Like it wasn't a good start at all.
I feel like that's for everyone. Were you a gifted child?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but continue.
Yeah, I was a gifted child. And so like going through that experience, I feel like it was like, it just felt, and also being the eldest, I feel like it was kind of giving like, I don't even know if it was really giving black sheep, like growing up, because I think that it was just
well, okay, back to the black sheep. I don't want to cut you off, but back to the black sheep thing. It's kind of like, okay, but back to the black sheep thing. It's kind of like, I think there was a certain age where like I got really into video games and stuff like that, and that's when I like collectively stopped talking to people, because video games was kind of like an escape from reality for me. So like I got comfortable with just being, my online friends would hear from me like every day, because we had like that common ground, we're every day. Or like even the people that I hang out with, Abraham, AY, the people that we go to the gym together, we have like a common ground that we see. But outside from those common grounds, we barely talk, but we still like this. That's like Abe is like my brother. Like he can come over to my house, I can go over to his house and stuff like that. But we do not, on here, we just do not talk that much. We would rather see each other, if that makes sense. Sometimes we have a phone call where like we check up on each other, where it's kind of like, damn bro, I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. Like, what do you think? Where have you been or something like that? But other than that, it's just like, oh, you gonna go to the gym? You gonna go hoop? Oh, you gonna go grab food? Something like that. Like that's what I'm used to. I like physical, like seeing people like that as much. Yeah. I feel like texting people like constantly, it doesn't do enough, and it also makes you like have the inability to miss people.
Yes. Yes, it does. Sorry, go ahead.
Because I feel like the people that text more the often, I'm just like, they don't pop up in my mind like randomly and stuff like that. But like when I don't text this person and I'm like, and I see a picture, I'm like, I really miss this person. Let me call, see what they're up to, yada yada yada, shit like that, and then we just catch up. But it's really, I really respect my low maintenance friend that really be out there for me, knowing I'll call them for sure. I'll call them if I need them something, and they know they can call me and they'll get what they want. Like shout out to Ida. That's like one of my really low maintenance friends, where like we really we're like this, but we barely even talk like that much. Like when we see each other, we will chat up a storm.
Hours, yeah.
But other than that, we really just don't talk to each other that much on the phone. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you brought up the being low maintenance, and then there was another point that you had.
At the end of it, we were talking about being the black sheep. You were talking about how like not necessarily being the black sheep, but the older child.
Yeah.
Gifted child.
That's
what I want to talk to.
It was something that you said. I'll circle back because I'm going to cover all of this.
Okay.
So yes, the black sheep. I think there was that one TikTok comment that was like, something coming here like, or if you want freedom, you must take it.
Oh my God.
That was me. That was actually me. As in, like, I was never like to sneak out and do drugs and do this and do that and yada. No, never. But I had to take that freedom. Like, I had to grip it and take it, because I think that it's like, I've always been so responsible. My parents have known that. My parents, like, they know I am so responsible, and it's never ever a matter of like comparison. You know, I believe that comparison is a thief of joy, all of that. But if you knew the things that were happening under your nose in the community, you'd be so grateful that I am behaving myself when I go outside to be representing the family.
That's what I'd be thinking about. Like, you know, my parents be talking about, I mean, it just be little stuff. I don't have like anything bad with, but like, you know, where it's kind of like, I hear something from the, well, even when my parents tell me, they're like, oh, this person, like,
oh, so-and-so is such a good kid.
Such a good kid. Not even a good kid, or even like hearing like the horror stories that she tells me from Facebook and stuff like that. I'd be like, so what do you have to complain about me on Facebook that would change? You know,
you should be on your hands and knees every single night praying, thank you God so much for this child that you have blessed me with.
Yeah, but it's, you know, I'm not necessarily perfect in any sense like that. But like at the same time, it's kind of like, there's a lot of stuff where I could have done where it could have been terrible.
Yes.
Terrible.
Your life could have been different.
Okay, back to you know how you said like you were struggling in college, like in the first year and stuff like that. You know, being a gifted child. You know, you said being a gifted child. You know, I relate with this with you too. It's kind of like everything came easy to you, huh?
Yes. I'm telling y'all, I never had to study. I never had to study in high school. I was in honors and AP classes, and like I would say that those classes were honestly very, very rigorous. Like, and I grew up in Rochester. Is that okay for me to say?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I can bleep it out if you don't.
Okay. Yeah, growing up in like a small, like very. I mean, like I would say like it's pretty diversity, you know, but it wasn't. I mean, my AP and honors classes were not the most diverse. And so being in those situations and then coming to college and then everyone is valedictorian, everybody is this, everybody's that, everybody's yada, yada, yada. I'm like, oh, okay, so my excellence is not the same as your excellence. And that is okay. But I think it was very hard because even going all the way back to your first question about what makes me me, I really, really, really love when people are able to acknowledge my intelligence. Because I would say that I'm a pretty intelligent woman, you know? Yeah. But then when other people see it in a way that like, when other people are able to capture it, I'm like, wow, I really did eat that, you know? I really am like I know that I'm an intelligent woman, but I think it's also just like, that comes into play when I describe like how like the first couple of years of college was, because I think that because everybody was the valedictorian, they were all in honors and AP classes, they were doing XYZ. I think it was like, I remember there was one day where I was sitting there and somebody had like asked for help for an assignment, and like I knew what was going on. I knew everything that was going on. I would have been able to teach them that chemistry assignment front to back to front. And they're going for help, like they're asking for help elsewhere. And they were like, oh, I was like, okay, like what's going on? Like, you know, you're sitting here doing panicking business. Like what's the topic? And they explained it to me. I was like, oh, I could have taught you that. And they're like, well, I went 3 hours going to go search for so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, because they're the only person who can teach me it. And I was like, but it wasn't just that one occasion. I feel like in different capacities, I feel like my intelligence was like questioned by people around me. And it was like, wait, it's not even just like, oh, the academics. It's like, not only am I intelligent academically, intelligence I feel like is something that you can... Intelligence is something that you can grow. Smartness is something that, you know, it's the ability to pick up something like this. I feel like it's opposite. No, I think being smart is being able to pick up concepts like this, and then being intelligent is like it's something that you can grow
You know, wait, let me actually search it up.
I feel like
But I'm confident at that. I don't even want to search it up, but
Okay,
I'm gonna search it up.
great.
I'm gonna search it up just to see. Smart.
I think that like
Yeah, having or showing quick-witted intelligence
is the definition
of smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is.
Yeah. But back to what you were saying, how like you like people to acknowledge your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't like people like knowing me as like a smart person or anything like that, because I don't want to. It's, you know, like the lazy thing where it's kind of like it's a lot more work for me to do something. Not lazy, but like the element of surprise. I like how people like, you know, they're surprised with like, oh shit, you got that? Yeah. So I'm like, that's what I like personally. I don't like people like acknowledging it or something like that. Just being like caught out with like, this dude really got it. This dude really got it. So that's really how I perceive that. Like, you know, that showing intelligence, stuff like, or people acknowledging intelligence type thing. That's how I see it.
We are opposite in that, because I think it's just because I hate when people question my intelligence, because I'm like, it makes me feel like I'm incapable. It makes me feel like you don't have the confidence in me to either complete the task or to understand the concept at hand, which is why like sometimes I hate when like, sometimes I really hate when things are like dumbed down for me.
Dumbed down?
Yeah.
I think
I'm like, I understand it as like the way it's being presented.
You know, okay, this is completely off topic, but like, you know how I said that I struggle with like, what is it called? Like multitasking. Mm-hmm. I can't watch something in 2x speed. Like I like lectures and stuff like that. I know people like watch it in 2x speed.
Yeah, I don't do that.
But like if I try to do that, I noticed I was like, bro, how do y'all even do this?
I don't do it. It doesn't make sense to me.
I can't do it. Like, yeah, they're talking so fast and stuff like that. But I think I like hearing it and it being clarified once.
Yeah.
And I'll just get it like that. But like the 2x speed is kind of like a lot of stuff is flying by and then I have to go back and then fly by. So like, but that's something I realized is so random. But yeah.
That was random.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing though.
Yeah.
What was it? Yes. Yeah. So just really the intelligence thing, I really appreciate when people acknowledge it. And then also, yes, growing up as a gifted kid, I think it's also just like, I think it's a matter of like nobody ever having to like question, or nobody ever having questioned my intelligence before, and then all of a sudden getting to this place where like people are now questioning it. I think actually no. I feel like growing up, my intelligence has always been questioned, and I feel like earlier, you know, when we were talking about the imposter syndrome, I have always felt imposter syndrome because I feel like even in like math was my thing, right? So like I was always double accelerated, like from I think from 5th grade, I was taking like 2 grade levels of math ahead of me. Actually, no, in 5th grade, I was taking 3. And then there was like a whole thing with like their program. Like they had to create a program for me and this other kid because we were 3 grade levels ahead, but we couldn't be put in their math class because it didn't work out with our schedules. And so like to go from that, it was like the other kid that I was in class with was always deemed like the intelligent kid, and then Christine just like ended up there, and I was like, wait, but like I fully like there would be times where I like the other kid, you know, he would have to teach me sometimes. I'm like, dang, like I don't understand the concept, but there would be times where I would also be teaching him the concept, and I'm like, wait, why is nobody else eating this up? Like I am here, I'm able to do it. And then also going to middle school, I feel like the exact same thing where I remember like there were 4 of us, I think, in my geometry class. This was like 8th grade. And it would always be like, oh yeah, you know, like, I got such and such on this test, this exam, yada, yada, yada. And it was like, oh, like you don't understand the concept, and I'm like, I don't understand the concept because it's a difficult concept. We're in geometry. Like, why are we thinking that this is easy? Like, yes, I ended up with a great grade in the class, but by God's grace.
No, this is reminding me of like geometry. I did really good on like the math testing. So
yes,
I did so good. Like,
yes.
Was it backwards, or was like 99 percentile was pretty good, or something like that, or was it? It was not 1%. It was backwards. Yeah, I was like in the 99 percentile in our district for geometry. But what is it called? But I didn't. Okay, in high school, personally, I just wanted to just get home and play video games. So I did enough that got me home to play video games without my parents getting mad at me by the grades or anything like that. And I think that was good. I had a great high school experience at home playing video games. But at the same time, it's kind of like, now that I'm in college, zero study habits. I can't do that mess where I'm like, oh, I just can't get by by just doing this. I actually have to sit down every day and actually put in the work.
Yeah, you do.
And college is a place where I think it teaches you to do the work.
College whipped me into shape so quick.
Got me into shape too. Nope. The little chuckle. Trauma, bro. Trauma. I'm gonna watch this back when I'm 30. And I'm just gonna remember how painful college was. But maybe now that I'm done with my first semester, smooth coast. Yeah.
College has been an adventure so far. You know, we think that we're almost done. Would I do it again?
I think if I had a different mentality, I think I would do college again. I'm not even not even mentality. If I was able to do like a course where I'm like extremely interested in, like psychology or like astronomy, something that I actually like.
You can still take those courses.
I know I can't take those courses, but I'm just saying like something that extremely interests me, like in a way where I could actually major and make money from it. The problem is like doing those majors, it doesn't necessarily give you money, because like I think I would want to study like the way humans behave and stuff like that.
Maybe minor in sociology.
Yeah, I'm not doing all that. That's extra work. I'll go on Google and be a self-taught sociologist. But nah.
I don't know if that's how it works.
But hey, I think
optimism.
I'm confident in my future that you know how I said like I'm a student of life. I'm gonna come back and actually like learn that. Hopefully, God willing, I succeed in a faster way, so I could actually come back to college and actually learn those things that I wanted to learn at this age. Learn it then, and maybe then I'd have I'd have more wisdom, so I could actually have a different perception of it. But yeah. I have one more question.
I think just one.
Because I know if you keep yapping, it's gonna be a long video.
Here forever.
A long video. How often do you break out of your comfort zones to do things that excite you but terrify you? Like, I think that's a good question, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that are outside your comfort zone that you can do, but they're also like terrifying in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't really know if I'm terrified to do anything though. Well, let me not do too much. I actually just lied, you know?
Okay, wait. Okay, one thing. I think, what is it called? Let me search this up real quickly. But I think humans are born with 2 fears. And the rest are actually self-taught. I think I saw this somewhere. I saw this somewhere like yesterday. But I don't know how accurate that could be. Let me see what the 2 fears. Actually, yeah, everyone is born with the 2 innate fears of falling and loud sounds. The rest are learned, which is crazy that we only have 2 fears, and one of them is not even like the fear of death. Like, it's literally just loud sounds, and I think these like our fears are just based on biology. Because if you fall, death. Like if you fall from like a large place, death. And then loud sounds is kind of like
jump scare.
Terrifying, like, you know, yeah, just terrifying. But that's crazy. Like, we're born with 2 fears, and everything else is really just taught. And it's kind of insane concept because, you know, fear is kind of like a really good way for like people to like have other people do things for them. Like, you know, dictators use fear to do stuff like that. But that's a whole different topic, because I was about to get into yapping about that. But back to, you know, breaking out of your comfort zone breaking out of your comfort zone to do stuff that are exciting but terrifying.
I think, you know, being like having to reclaim that freedom. I don't think a lot scares me, because I'm like, I think something that I've realized is just like, why am I scared? Like, who is going to come and beat me? Who is gonna come and eat me? What will I lose? Like, I think even like with embarrassment, like, I don't really get embarrassed like that, because I'm like,
I feel like
literally, who, like,
you're right.
None of this even actually matters.
Yeah,
like nobody will remember this in like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever.
You only live once. But also, I think there are some things that need shame.
Yeah, we should bring shame back for sure.
Some things need shame, but the fear of embarrassment shouldn't even be a fear. It's really just something that taught again. Just
sometimes there are embarrassing things. Like
sometimes they are, but like a lot of things are not embarrassing. A lot of things that are like, you know, not abnormal are not embarrassing. Yeah, like let's say, you know, the fear of rejection. Why is that even a fear? You know, like,
oh, that's an interesting.
Yeah, like why is that one a fear? Because like, so what if you get rejected? Like, you're gonna get rejected from a lot of things. You're gonna get rejected from college, you're rejected from a woman, rejected from men, for women. I don't even want to say all the genders, but rejected from whatever you're into. You're gonna be rejected from certain jobs. Just, you're gonna be rejected from a lot of things, but like, that does not mean that you should have the fear of rejection. You know, like, rejection is like, oh, my talents are not appreciated here, I'll take them over here. Like,
but that's such a difficult one to navigate.
Yeah, that is a difficult one.
Because I could completely understand why, like, you know, if you're rejected by, I don't know, like some sort of like job opportunity,
I would not fall to my knees. I feel like
I might. No,
it depends on what. It depends.
My knees might buckle.
Yeah, you're right. But I think for me, it's kind of like, you know, if my talents are not appreciated here, then I just like, there's always going to be a space where like you're going to be appreciated, and I think that's something when you get older, you start learning. It's kind of like, oh shit, like these friends are not really good to me and stuff like that. It's not the end of the world. I can just go over here, make actual better friends, people that are actually beneficial for me. But for me, shout out to my friends, Ducks, I love you, SBS, all of my people that support me. Oh my God, mom, dad, everyone, I love you guys. I'm very grateful for the place that I am to have people that support me. Even the people that are watching this, you know, that means a lot to me. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know how we got here. Rejection.
Yeah, it was.
Oh no! You said
comfort zone.
No.
What?
I think you just said the
embarrassment.
Your friends, and if you are not appreciated. So
oh yeah.
That's such a good point, I think, because like that's also something I've learned as I've gotten older. Like, you need to go where you are appreciated. You need to go where you're loved. And if you find that a place is feeling like it's draining you, or if you're stressed out, then it's like, that's not the place for you. Like,
definitely.
One thing I've learned is just like, you know, you should be in positions that like make you feel like I'm really the shit, like, or like really appreciated, just like stuff like that. I think, because also, I'm sorry, say what you want to say. Places that make you feel like a little kid.
Yeah.
That like allow you to experience that, like that excitement, that love,
inner child.
Yes.
That inner child, and being in the places that actually make that inner child fuel up. And I think that's one thing I've been able to keep in my life as I'm growing older as well. Just being in tune with my inner child at the end of the day, being a troll, I was kind of feel immature by the time, I'm 21 and I still love trolling. But it's kind of like it would make younger me smile knowing that I'm still the way I was back then, but with way more wisdom or maturity, stuff like that. But
for me, I think that I get that. I got that feeling this morning when I slept at 7 p.m. yesterday. And to wake up today, I was like, oh my gosh, gonna do my morning routine. It's so quiet in the apartment. Nobody's talking to me. I was kicking my feet, giggling at TikToks. And the TikToks were funny. Maybe we'll answer some if they're really that funny. But if they're not, it's just like, I don't know, I thoroughly enjoy, I think it's like important. That's why it's important to spend time with yourself too. Okay, and then you get to discover the things that this inner child of yours thoroughly enjoys. Because I feel like now I'm really big on rest as a revenge rest because I wasn't able to rest as much growing up. So now I'm every opportunity I have. And at one point I was like, dang, am I idolizing rest? But I had to learn what that meant in my life as it is right now, with work and school and all of these different things, how to take care of myself and give myself that rest, and then also and enjoy that, and also be productive as well. Revenge rest. Yeah,
but for me, kind of recently, I just realized, oh my God, my dad gonna love this one. I need to sleep. I need to actually sleep. I need to sacrifice my social life, things, whatever, just to be able to get that 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night, just so I can function. Because I was like, sleeping late and stuff like that, that's fine here and there. But I was thinking about it sleeping late ruins the next day for me.
It does.
And then the next day, the night also, I'm not able to sleep, and then that ruins the next day. It's just a snowball effect of so now I'm trying to actually utilize my sleep. Kind of hypocritical. I'm here at 1:07
and 10 meridian.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be able to, but I'm gonna plan on getting my sleeping schedule back on track and actually getting my rest and stuff like that. But that's
sleep is so good. I feel like we're becoming old people.
Yeah,
I really enjoy
I think the thing that did you see my close friends where I was the thing that talks about growing older is just seeing everyone doing their own thing, but you're gonna be alone by yourself most of the time, or something like that. I posted something of that nature. I was just you were on Instagram, but I posted something where I was
a while ago.
No, it was a week or two ago. So you might have not. You might have not. But I was just growing up is the only thing that sucks about growing up is just seeing your friends kind of doing their own thing while you're gonna be alone for the most of your life, because everyone's doing their own thing, they're busy with their own things, and that also makes it hard to see people a lot of the time, stuff like that. But
yes, because yes, I'm a low maintenance friend, but sometimes I'm just I don't like that my friends are not accessible when I want them to be. But it's also just nice because I think that a feeling that is greater than that is my excitement for my friends to achieve certain things or to work towards certain goals that they've been working towards, or to begin to monetize their passions, or to start pursuing different things. I think it's so easy for me to invest excitement in my friends, so then those moments I think greatly outweigh the this loneliness, or the moments where I'm dang, really is just me in the crib realizing with my thoughts,
Yeah, but that
was me when you started your photography stuff.
What?
When you were maybe I'll monetize this, I was yes.
Yeah, shout out to Christine, actually. She's the one that got me into the photography stuff.
Follow me on Instagram, guys.
Yeah.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
Do it.
Do it. But yeah, I think that's enough for our Yapathon today. Yapathon. I actually was thinking of that name, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call it Impromptu Yapathon.
Professional Yapper 1 and 2.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. You know, what do you got to say for the people? Like,
I don't have much. Stay blessed. Have a blessed day. You know, hope that you guys are safe and sound. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. If you want, it's not by force.
It's by force. But thank you guys. I'm gonna have to end it there, and we'll see how many we can be able to get to. If you want to be in these things, just hit me up. I'm an Instagram DM away. Whatever you got me, my phone number, I got you. We can just schedule, and we'll be able to get it down.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Have a good night, good day, whatever your time is doing, and hope you're doing well. Peace.